Have you ever woken up multiple times at night, rushing to the bathroom, only to feel like your bladder never fully empties? Or noticed a weaker urine stream that makes you question if something's wrong? If you're a man over 50, these could be silent signals of an enlarging prostate, and ignoring them could lead to serious urinary struggles or even bladder damage. In this video, I'm revealing the surprising everyday habits fueling prostate inflammation, the early symptoms you must never overlook, and the simple changes that can stop it before it's too late. As a prostate doctor, I've seen too many men regret waiting until symptoms worsen. Watch until the end to discover practical steps you can start today to take control of your prostate health and avoid painful complications down the road. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. The prostate is a small, walnut-sized gland located just below the bladder and in front of the rectum in men. It plays a critical role in the male reproductive system by producing a nutrient-rich fluid that forms a key component of semen. This fluid nourishes and protects sperm, aiding their motility and viability during ejaculation. As men age, particularly after the age of 50, the prostate undergoes natural changes that can lead to significant health concerns. One of the most common changes is benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, a non-cancerous enlargement of the prostate gland. While BPH is not life-threatening, its impact on urinary function and overall quality of life can be profound if not addressed early. Understanding benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH. BPH is characterized by the gradual enlargement of the prostate gland, which begins to exert pressure on the urethra, the narrow tube responsible for transporting urine from the bladder out of the body. This compression disrupts the normal flow of urine, making it increasingly difficult for the bladder to empty. The symptoms of BPH typically develop slowly and may include increased urinary frequency. Men may find themselves needing to urinate more often, particularly during the night, a condition known as nocturia. This can lead to disrupted sleep patterns, resulting in daytime fatigue and reduced quality of life. Weak or hesitant urine stream. The flow of urine may feel sluggish, interrupted, or weaker than usual, often requiring more effort to initiate urination. Sensation of incomplete bladder emptying. Even after urinating, men may feel as though some urine remains in the bladder, leading to discomfort or a persistent urge to urinate. Urgency. A sudden and intense need to urinate can occur, sometimes making it difficult to reach a restroom in time. These symptoms tend to progress gradually, often going unnoticed or dismissed as a normal part of aging. However, early recognition of these signs is critical to preventing complications. If left untreated, BPH can lead to more serious issues, such as chronic urinary retention, bladder infections, bladder stones, or even permanent damage to the bladder or kidneys. Understanding the slow, insidious nature of BPH empowers men to seek medical advice before the condition significantly impacts their health. The importance of proactive prostate health. Prostate health becomes increasingly important as men age, particularly after 50, when the risk of BPH rises significantly. Urologists and men's health specialists emphasize the value of routine medical checkups and heightened awareness of urinary changes. The goal is not only to alleviate discomfort but also to prevent the progression of BPH and its associated complications. Regular screenings, such as a digital rectal exam, DRE, or prostate-specific antigen, PSA, test, can help detect prostate enlargement early, enabling timely intervention. Men can also take proactive steps to support prostate health through lifestyle changes. Maintaining a healthy diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins, staying physically active, and managing stress can contribute to overall well-being and may reduce the severity of BPH symptoms. By understanding the mechanics of BPH, how the prostate enlarges and affects the urinary system, men are better equipped to make informed decisions about their health and seek appropriate care when needed. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Recognizing early symptoms of BPH. The early signs of BPH are often subtle and easy to overlook. Many men attribute these changes to aging rather than a medical condition, delaying diagnosis and treatment. Common early symptoms include weak urine stream. The flow of urine may feel sluggish or stop and start, requiring more effort to begin or maintain urination. Urinary urgency. A sudden, compelling need to urinate can occur, even when the bladder is not full, leading to frequent trips to the bathroom. Incomplete bladder emptying. Men may feel as though their bladder is never fully emptied, even after urinating, which can cause discomfort or a lingering sense of needing to go again. Nocturia. Waking up multiple times at night to urinate disrupts sleep and can lead to chronic fatigue, reduced productivity, and a diminished sense of well-being. Post-void dribbling. A small amount of urine may continue to leak after urination, causing embarrassment and inconvenience. These symptoms may seem minor at first, but they are the body's way of signaling that the prostate is enlarging and affecting urinary function. Ignoring these warning signs can allow BPH to progress silently, potentially leading to more severe symptoms such as painful urination, inability to urinate, acute urinary retention, or damage to the bladder and kidneys. Early intervention, through lifestyle changes, medications, or minimally invasive procedures, can effectively manage symptoms and prevent complications. The risks of delayed urination. One often overlooked habit that can exacerbate BPH symptoms is regularly delaying urination. Whether due to busy schedules, limited access to restrooms, or a reluctance to prioritize the urge to urinate, holding in urine places significant stress on the bladder and prostate. Over time, this habit forces the bladder's detrusor muscle, the primary muscle responsible for contracting and expelling urine, to work harder than necessary. This increased effort can lead to a cascade of issues, particularly for men with BPH. When urine is held for extended periods, it increases pressure within the bladder, causing discomfort and potential irritation to the prostate gland. For men with an already enlarged prostate, this added pressure can worsen symptoms by further narrowing the urethra. Prolonged urine retention also increases the risk of urinary tract infections, UTIs, as stagnant urine provides a breeding ground for bacteria. Additionally, chronic retention can weaken the bladder's elasticity, making it harder for the organ to contract effectively and empty fully. Over time, this can lead to chronic urinary retention, a condition where the bladder consistently fails to empty, increasing the risk of complications. Urologists strongly advise men, especially those over 50 or with known BPH, to urinate promptly when the urge arises. This simple habit helps maintain consistent urinary flow, reduces irritation to the bladder and prostate, and supports long-term urinary health. By listening to the body's signals and avoiding delayed urination, men can minimize the risk of complications and preserve bladder function. How BPH affects the bladder. As the prostate enlarges and compresses the urethra, the bladder is forced to compensate for the increased resistance to urine flow. The detrusor muscle, which contracts to push urine out of the bladder, must work harder to overcome this obstruction. Over time, this increased effort causes the detrusor muscle to thicken, a condition known as detrusor hypertrophy. While this adaptation initially helps the bladder maintain its function, it comes with significant long-term consequences. As the detrusor muscle thickens, it becomes less flexible, reducing the bladder's ability to stretch and store urine comfortably. This leads to symptoms such as increased urinary frequency and urgency, even when the bladder contains only a small amount of urine. In some cases, the overworked detrusor muscle may begin to contract involuntarily, causing sudden urges to urinate or even episodes of incontinence. Over time, the muscle's ability to contract effectively may diminish, resulting in incomplete bladder emptying and chronic urinary retention. This cycle of overcompensation and declining function can have serious implications. Residual urine left in the bladder increases the risk of infections and bladder stones, while prolonged strain on the bladder can lead to irreversible damage. In severe cases, untreated BPH can even affect kidney function, as urine backup, hydronephrosis, places pressure on the kidneys. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Taking action for long-term prostate and bladder health. Understanding the interplay between prostate enlargement, bladder function, and urinary habits is essential for maintaining long-term health. Men over 50, or those experiencing early symptoms of BPH, should prioritize regular checkups with a healthcare provider. Diagnostic tools such as PSA tests, urine flow studies, or imaging can help assess the extent of prostate enlargement and its impact on the urinary system. Treatment options for BPH range from lifestyle modifications and medications to minimally invasive procedures or surgery, depending on the severity of symptoms. In addition to medical interventions, men can support their prostate and bladder health through simple daily habits. Staying hydrated, avoiding bladder irritants like caffeine or alcohol, and practicing timely urination are all effective strategies. By staying vigilant and proactive, men can manage BPH effectively, minimize its impact on their quality of life, and prevent serious complications down the road. Awareness and early action are the cornerstones of prostate health. By recognizing the signs of BPH, understanding its effects on the body, and making informed choices, men can take control of their urinary health and maintain their well-being as they age. Prostate health is a critical concern for men, particularly as they age, and urologists and prostate specialists emphasize the importance of early intervention to prevent the bladder from reaching a hypertrophic state, a condition where the bladder becomes thickened, rigid, and less elastic due to prolonged stress or obstruction caused by an enlarged prostate. By implementing timely medical treatments and adopting healthy lifestyle habits, men can preserve the strength, flexibility, and functionality of their bladders, ensuring optimal urinary health. Protecting the bladder is not a secondary consideration but rather an integral part of managing prostate health, as the two organs are closely interconnected in their function and overall well-being. Neglecting one can exacerbate issues in the other, making a comprehensive approach essential for long-term health. The central role of inflammation in benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH. Inflammation is a pivotal factor in the development and progression of benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, a non-cancerous enlargement of the prostate gland that commonly affects men as they age. When the prostate becomes irritated, whether due to mechanical pressure from the growing gland, bacterial or non-bacterial infections, or the accumulation of retained urine in the bladder, the body's immune system responds by deploying inflammatory cells to the affected area. This immune response results in localized swelling, discomfort, and a complex cascade of biochemical reactions that can significantly worsen the condition. The inflammatory process triggers the release of signaling molecules known as cytokines and growth factors. These substances, while naturally designed to promote tissue repair and healing, can inadvertently stimulate the proliferation of prostate cells, leading to further enlargement of the gland. This is particularly concerning in aging men, whose hormonal environment, characterized by declining testosterone levels and a relative increase in estrogen, creates a predisposition for prostate growth. The interplay of inflammation and hormonal changes creates a feedback loop that accelerates BPH progression. Beyond its direct impact on the prostate, chronic inflammation extends its effects to surrounding tissues, including the bladder, bladder neck, and urethra. This can cause a narrowing of the urinary passage, leading to symptoms such as reduced urine flow, increased urinary urgency, and difficulty emptying the bladder completely. In many cases, this inflammation is insidious, lacking overt symptoms like fever or acute pain, yet it silently contributes to prostate overgrowth and urinary dysfunction. For men with BPH, this underlying inflammation often manifests as persistent pelvic pressure, a vague sense of discomfort in the lower abdomen, or a feeling of incomplete bladder emptying. To effectively manage BPH, urologists prioritize strategies aimed at interrupting this inflammatory cycle. Treatment approaches may include lifestyle modifications, such as adopting an anti-inflammatory diet or increasing physical activity, as well as targeted supplements like saw palmetto, beta-sitosterol, or quercetin, which have shown promise in reducing prostate inflammation. In more severe cases, medications such as alpha blockers, e.g., tamsulosin, to relax prostate and bladder neck muscles, or 5-alpha reductase inhibitors, e.g., finasteride, to shrink the prostate may be prescribed. By calming the immune response and reducing inflammation, these interventions can slow prostate growth, alleviate urinary symptoms, and improve overall quality of life. Addressing inflammation is not merely about symptom relief. It is a proactive, long-term strategy for maintaining prostate and urinary tract health. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Everyday habits that influence prostate health. Certain daily habits, often overlooked in their significance, can quietly exacerbate prostate enlargement and its associated symptoms. One such habit is excessive caffeine consumption. Caffeine, found in coffee, tea, energy drinks, and carbonated sodas, acts as a diuretic, increasing urine production and irritating the bladder lining. For men with BPH, this can intensify symptoms like frequent urination, urgency, and nocturia, waking up at night to urinate, placing additional strain on an already compromised urinary system. Reducing caffeine intake, By opting for decaffeinated beverages, herbal teas, or limiting consumption to 1 cup of coffee per day, can lead to significant improvements in bladder comfort and urinary control. A sedentary lifestyle is another critical risk factor. Prolonged periods of inactivity, such as sitting for extended hours at a desk or on the couch, reduce blood flow to the pelvic region, contributing to fluid retention and localized inflammation. Over time, this sluggish circulation can impair the function of both the prostate and bladder, worsening BPH symptoms and increasing the risk of complications. Incorporating gentle physical activities, such as brisk walking, swimming, yoga, or pelvic floor stretches, can enhance blood flow, reduce inflammation, and support healthy prostate and bladder function. Even 20 to 30 minutes of moderate exercise most days of the week can make a meaningful difference in preventing symptom progression and promoting overall well-being. Diet plays a profound role in prostate health and inflammation management. Diets high in saturated fats, found in red meat and fried foods, refined sugars, and processed ingredients, such as those in fast food or packaged snacks, can trigger systemic inflammation, exacerbating BPH while also negatively impacting cardiovascular health and metabolic balance. In contrast, a diet rich in anti-inflammatory foods, such as cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, kale, berries, tomatoes, nuts, and fatty fish like salmon or mackerel, can help calm the immune system and protect the prostate. Specific nutrients, such as lycopene, an antioxidant abundant in cooked tomatoes, and omega-3 fatty acids, found in fish and flaxseed, have been shown to reduce inflammation and oxidative stress, potentially slowing BPH progression. Adopting a Mediterranean-style diet, which emphasizes whole foods, healthy fats, and plant-based ingredients, is a powerful tool for supporting prostate health and overall wellness. Hydration, often underestimated, is another critical factor in maintaining urinary health. Many men with BPH reduce their water intake in an attempt to minimize frequent urination, but this can have detrimental effects. Dehydration leads to more concentrated urine, which irritates the bladder and prostate, increasing the risk of urinary tract infections, UTIs, and worsening symptoms. Proper hydration, on the other hand, helps flush the urinary tract, dilutes urine, and prevents the buildup of harmful bacteria or irritants. Men with BPH should aim to drink adequate water throughout the day, typically 6 to 8 glasses, depending on individual needs, while avoiding excessive fluid intake in the evening to minimize nocturia. Striking this balance is key to maintaining a healthy urinary system. The serious risks of chronic urinary retention. One of the most severe complications of untreated BPH is chronic urinary retention, a condition in which the bladder can no longer fully empty due to persistent obstruction from an enlarged prostate. Men with this condition may experience a constant or frequent urge to urinate but find themselves unable to pass more than small amounts of urine, or, in severe cases, none at all. This is not only highly uncomfortable but can escalate into a medical emergency requiring immediate intervention. Chronic urinary retention places significant strain on the bladder, causing it to stretch beyond its normal capacity. Over time, this overstretching weakens the bladder's detrusor muscle, which is responsible for contracting to expel urine, leading to impaired bladder function and an increased risk of UTIs. In severe cases, the pressure from a chronically full bladder can cause urine to back up into the kidneys, a condition known as hydronephrosis. This backflow can lead to kidney damage or, in extreme cases, kidney failure if left untreated. Chronic retention, if not addressed promptly, can result in permanent bladder dysfunction, significantly complicating treatment and recovery. The gradual onset of chronic urinary retention makes it particularly dangerous, as men may adapt to symptoms like incomplete bladder emptying, a weak urine stream, or a feeling of residual urine without recognizing the severity of the problem. These symptoms may progress slowly, allowing the body to compensate until it reaches a critical threshold. Warning signs, such as sudden inability to urinate, acute urinary retention, lower abdominal pain, or visible swelling in the lower abdomen, often appear only in the advanced stages. At this point, emergency interventions, such as catheterization to drain the bladder, may be necessary, and long-term management may involve more invasive procedures, such as transurethral resection of the prostate, TURP, or other surgical interventions. Prostate health experts stress the importance of early detection and regular monitoring to prevent chronic urinary retention and its complications. Routine checkups, including prostate-specific antigen, PSA, blood tests, digital rectal exams, DREs, and uroflowmetry to assess urine flow, can identify BPH in its early stages, allowing for interventions that prevent bladder damage. Medications, minimally invasive procedures like Urolift, or lifestyle changes can effectively manage symptoms and reduce the risk of complications when implemented early. Recognizing the dangers of chronic retention underscores the critical need for proactive prostate care. Prevention is always preferable to the complex and invasive treatments required once significant damage has occurred. Proactive strategies for long-term prostate and bladder health. Managing prostate health effectively requires a commitment to consistent, intentional habits that prioritize both prevention and symptom management. One of the simplest yet most effective strategies is to urinate regularly and avoid holding urine for extended periods. Delaying urination increases pressure on the bladder and prostate, exacerbating irritation and inflammation. By making time for regular bathroom breaks, even during busy schedules or when it feels inconvenient, men can reduce strain on the urinary system and support long-term bladder and prostate health. Pelvic floor exercises, commonly known as Kegel exercises, are another valuable tool for men with early signs of BPH. These exercises strengthen the pelvic floor muscles, which play a key role in controlling urination and supporting bladder function. Kegels can improve bladder control, reduce post-void dribbling, and enhance overall urinary flow. They are simple to perform at home, typically involving contracting and relaxing the pelvic muscles for 5 to 10 minutes daily, and are widely recommended by urologists. Men can identify the correct muscles by stopping urine flow midstream, then practicing the contractions in sets throughout the day. Consistent practice can yield significant improvements in urinary control over time. Dietary choices are a cornerstone of prostate health. Consuming foods rich in antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids, and anti-inflammatory compounds can support both prostate and bladder health. For example, tomatoes, rich in lycopene, leafy greens, high in vitamins and minerals, and fatty fish, abundant in omega-3s, have been shown to reduce inflammation and oxidative stress. Conversely, reducing intake of processed foods, refined sugars, and excessive red meat can lower systemic inflammation and alleviate BPH symptoms. Hydration remains equally important. Drinking adequate water helps flush the urinary tract and prevents infections, while avoiding excessive fluid intake before bed can minimize nighttime urination. Regular checkups with a prostate specialist, particularly after age 50, are essential for early detection and timely intervention. These visits may include PSA testing, DREs, and imaging studies like ultrasounds to monitor prostate size and bladder function. Depending on the severity of BPH, interventions may range from lifestyle changes and supplements to medications or minimally invasive procedures. Managing BPH early is far more effective than addressing complications after they arise, making prevention a daily commitment to lasting prostate and urinary health. Take control of your prostate health today. For men seeking to deepen their understanding and stay proactive about prostate health, joining a members-only group or community focused on men's wellness can provide valuable resources. These platforms often offer exclusive insights, early access to educational content, and direct access to experts who can answer specific health questions. Such groups are particularly beneficial for men over 50 who are committed to taking their health seriously. The truth is clear: you don't need to wait for symptoms to take control of your prostate health. Small, intentional actions, such as adopting a healthier diet, staying active, staying hydrated, and scheduling regular checkups, can prevent significant medical problems in the future. The biggest mistake is assuming that prostate issues won't affect you until they do. By turning knowledge into action today, you can protect your prostate and bladder, ensuring a healthier, more comfortable tomorrow. Start now, and make prostate health a priority. That's a wrap on today's deep dive into prostate health. Now, I want to hear from you. What's one key thing you've learned from this video that you're ready to put into practice to protect your prostate and improve your life? Maybe it's drinking more water, not holding in urine, or scheduling that checkup you've been putting off. Drop a comment below and share your takeaway. Let's inspire each other to take action. If you found this video helpful, please leave your comment below, like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more insights to help you age stronger, not weaker. Your health deserves it.